Hello, this is Zane Martin with Coldwell Banker, Mark Campbell & Associates, your first step in real estate. Today we want to continue our video series on the 8 steps to becoming a homeowner. If you remember, the first step is you want to call an agent that you trust, an agent that can help you and walk you through the process. You need to call me. Step number 2 is we want to get you hooked up with a mortgage lender, and we want you to be pre-qualified for a home loan. That way you know what you can afford. And step number 3, we talked about yesterday, was finding the right house for you, going through that process, looking at homes, and really seeing what house fits your needs. And step number 4 is where we're at today. Step number 4 is making an offer on that house. Making an offer and then also negotiating on that house as well. And that's what we're going to talk about today. One of the things that I always try to tell my clients whenever we start the negotiating process, whenever we go to make an offer, is you want to remember that first and foremost, this is a business transaction. A lot of times people, whenever they start negotiating, they get very emotional about it, and they take things personal, and when they get counters back to them that they don't like, or people are being stuck on a certain issue, they get emotional and they take it personal, and because of that, they'll let a deal go for little things. I've seen times before where a transaction of over $200,000 fell through because there's a $250 issue that the buyer and seller were not willing to compromise on. And so a lot of times, if you're just willing to take your personal feelings out of it and you're looking at the numbers and the sense of it, remember it's a business transaction, it can make things go a lot smoother. Another thing you really want to remember when you're starting to make your offers and when you're negotiating as well is that the more informed you are, the more leverage you have. So when you go in and you make an offer, and you need to know what the conditions in the market are. Is it a seller's market right now? Is he going to have multiple offers coming in on his house? Is it a buyer's market right now? And you can kind of negotiate and haggle down. Is it just coming on the market, and is it in high demand, or has it been sitting for a while and you can maybe make a lowball offer? Knowing these things and knowing what the market's doing will really help you when it comes time to make a strong offer. It also can help in negotiations. There's been times where my buyers and the other agent sellers have been far apart in price, but because we had comps to justify our price, we were able to bring those comps to them, show them why we thought the house was worth what it was worth, what we were offering, and because of that, we got a deal much closer to my buyer's side than the sellers. And so it's important to remember that the more informed you are, the more leverage you're going to have in the deal. Another thing you want to know before going into the negotiation process and before you make your offer is you want to know what terms in the contract are non-negotiables for you. You want to have a set bottom dollar and a set top dollar saying, I will not pay more for this house than this. You want to have, if you're needing help with closing costs, you want to know, all right, I need at least this much amount in closing costs paid for. If most of the time I make sure my buyers, I tell them you need to have an option period. So that's a non-negotiable, that an option period needs to be included in the contract. So there's different things that you want to make sure are non-negotiables for you, that when the seller comes and counters back, you say, all right, yeah, I can fluff on that, I can go up or down a little bit, but when they come back on other issues, you say, no, I just need to stand my ground here. Those are just a few things to think about when you're making an offer, when you're negotiating. But if you have any more questions, I've been through this process countless times. I do it several times every month, and I'd love to answer any questions and talk about it if you'd like. Again, I'm Zane Martin, your first step in real estate. Please join me tomorrow when we talk about the next step as we go into the option period. Have a great day.